Ladies and gentlemen, in a time when opinions are everywhere but clarity is rare, panel discussions offer a space for thoughtful conversation and also shared insights. Now we will have the first power-packed conversation, the first power-packed panel discussion of the day, Viksit Bharat, When She Leads. Now this is a session dedicated to the phenomenal leadership of women shaping the future of a progressive and inclusive India. From boardrooms to grassroots, this panel celebrates women driving transformation across different sectors. And today we are privileged to be joined in by some of the most insightful voices in the field of corporate social responsibility and sustainability aligned with women empowerment. People who just not follow but also lead. This session will be moderated by Ms. Priyanka Vaidyanath, Head CSR ISAC. She's a dynamic leader in CSR. She champions women-led impact and has catalyzed numerous inclusive development programs across India and advocate for equality and excellence. Please put your hands together for Ms. Priyanka. Ladies and gentlemen, the panelists in this session will be Dr. Chandana N, Assistant Professor, CETSD, IIT Jodhpur, an academic deeply committed to sustainable development education. Dr. Chandana brings research, innovation and community engagement together in powerful ways. The next panelist in the session will be Dr. Sarju Devi, Head Learning and Development, SGT University. A transformative force in education and leadership, Dr. Devi has mentored hundreds of women professionals and community leaders. A big round of applause for Dr. Devi as well. The next panelist in the session will be Karishma Bhuyan, Head CSR, ZScaler, with expertise spanning IT and social impact. Karishma has led programs focused on digital inclusion, girls' education, and rural entrepreneurship. Also, the next participant is Dr. Vartika Singh, Additional Director, ASSOCHAM, Foundation for CSR, an enabler of impactful partnerships. Dr. Singh has bridged government, industry, and civil society to drive real, scalable results in the CSR ecosystem. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, for all the speakers in this session. Viksit Bharat, When She Leads. I invite all our speakers to join me on stage, and I request this August gathering to welcome them with a thunderous applause. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, for all the participants.
Okay, so as we start, I would want to first set the context and tone of the topic that we'll be discussing, which is Viksit Bharat, When She Leads. Isn't it an honor to all of us to, I can see majorly women here, and it's an honor for all of us to, talk about the strength and role of women, especially when we are heading towards being a Viksit Bharat. This is crucial for us to recognize and strengthen the role of women leaders across spheres, right? Be it from grassroots change makers to corporate boardrooms, or be it climate warriors to digital inventors. It's extremely important. And I personally feel women leadership is not just a matter of equity, but it also leads to, it is a catalyst for sustainable development, inclusive growth, and ultimately national transformation. So I'm Priyanka, and I have the privilege of moderating this amazing set of panelists who are here. And let me give a quick introduction about the panel here. I, in fact, had prepared a very formal way of introduction, but once I started talking to all of them, I don't want to give a formal introduction. I would be very informal in introducing all of them. I would start off with Dr. Vartika Singh, who is the Additional Director at ASSOCHAM. She has about 17 years of experience in working in different spheres of impactful organizations which work towards animal welfare, children, education, healthcare, and whatnot. So it is the best for us to hear from her in terms of her industry experience when it comes to impact. And now she is being an additional director at ASSOCHAM and voicing all of these industries to the government. So next we have Dr. Chandana, who is the assistant professor at Center for Emerging Technologies for Sustainable Development from IIT Jodhpur. And she is doing a tremendous job in looking into the sustainability in terms of water and sanitation part. And the best I would want to highlight is she's doing a tremendous social impact where she's looking into the use of water and sanitation with regard to the jails meant for women. Am I right? Kids. Okay, kids, children. That's amazing. And next we have Dr. Sarju Devi, Head of Learning and Development at SGT University. Ma'am has about 20 plus experience when it comes to a very important, crucial part in our living, that is communication and language. And she has also been featured in a book I was reading right now with regard to, can you help me out with the title of the book here?
Not the book, but...
Yeah, I can pass on the mic.
Thank you. Like at SGT University, they generally recognize the contribution all the faculty members made. So I was being part of the Women's Studies Center, and they have recognized me. And I was featured in the internal journal. Okay.
Thank you. And isn't it that amazing that you have been, especially with regard to communication, and I think that is something few of us lack when it comes to putting out the right impact stories that we are doing. And finally, I come to Karishma Bhuyan, who is leading a very niche area of sustainable development, that is in terms of cyber security. So she leads the part of CSR of ZScaler, and who are doing an innovative impact when it comes to something very niche, as I told you, right? That is regarding the cybersecurity part. So, however, let me get started. So I first have one common question to all of you, would pass on to the mic to, and then come to a very tailor-made questions to all of you later, okay? So the first question that I would want to ask is, we're looking into the theme of when she leads, nation rises, right? And from your vantage point of view, from industry, CSR, academia, what does this statement personally mean to you? I will start from you, Vartika.
Yeah. Thank you, Priyanka. Before I answer the question, I would like to thank the organizer, to you for being the moderator, and for you to agree to become a co-panelist with me. Answering to your question, for me, this is not a statement. This is not a title. This is basically motivating, factor for me. The entire theme is very motivating for me, and for some, it should be an instructive line. When she leads, the nation rises. So that is what, in one statement, I can say it all about.
That's an amazing addition you have brought into what we call it as a statement. You have brought it more into a reality. Okay, Chandana, over to you.
Thank you for the opportunity, and thank you all the organizers for putting this amazing conclave. Personally, I think that IIT Jodhpur, we have a center which only has women.
Oh, that's amazing.
And we all work on sustainability.
Okay.
So that's a huge, when you say personal touch, I feel that I say proudly also, we are the core faculty. I think I can claim that no IIT has core faculty in sustainability, and everybody who's working there are women.
Okay.
So, and we all work in different areas of sustainability, and we come together as a whole group. So as a person, I feel that academics also have a touch for sustainability in a different way, and we all work all kind of CSR works and other things. So that's a positive.
That's amazing. It's very inspiring and proud to learn that IIT Jodhpur has just women-led team with regard to this. Dr. Sarju, over to you.
Good morning, everyone. I felt so immensely proud of Manya, she being my student, and
That's
to see her
amazing.
parents here, to support her cause, that is something that really touched me. When she reached out to me, I just couldn't say no. I said, yes, I'm there for you. Give me the date, give me the time, I'm there. So that is the connect I have, even though we have not been in touch for so long. But today's theme, Viksit Bharat, when she leads, nation rises. I, being from the northeast state called Manipur, came to mainstream Delhi, made a mark for myself, leading others, and giving a helping hand, and let the people around me grow with me. That is something which is really I'm feeling proud of myself as a leader who could, in fact, lend my experience with them, grew with them. So today's event, I am looking forward for a very fruitful introduction and discussion with all the panelists here. Thank you, Priyanka, for setting the tone. I'm here to just experience and to share my experience, gain experience and share my experience. So today's theme is very close to my heart as a woman who has come a long way. And thank you, organizers, for giving us this opportunity, and we look forward to have a fruitful discussion. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, Karishma.
Good morning, everyone, and thanks to the organizers, Vanya, for putting this panel together, and Priyanka for setting the tone. It's, of course, a really important topic, Viksit Bharat when she leads. On a personal note, I've been really fortunate to be surrounded by strong women since the beginning of my career. In fact, even in academia, I must say, Chandana and I share Professor Bakul as our guide. And it really started over there. And women, and as someone who was starting back then, it was important for us to have these role models, to learn the blueprint, to have the blueprint on leadership, on how one is to lead with confidence and competence, right? So I believe that I've been inspired by so many strong women around me. And I'm so fortunate to be in this panel, of strong women again, and looking forward to all our discussions.
That's amazing, and it's a small world. Nice to know that you guys again share the same guide. So now let me, tailor-made the question to the respective industries you all come from, and I would start from Vartika and then break the, pattern here. Okay. So Vartika, my first question to you is, what role does economic policy and industry collaboration play in promoting women-led enterprises, especially in emerging sectors like green tech, cybersecurity, AI? What does it mean to you?
Right, Priyanka. So I think both the economic policy and the industry collaboration, they go hand in hand.
Okay.
Especially when it comes to women-led entrepreneurship, the enterprises, and that too in the sphere of emerging technologies, cybercrime, machine learning, AI, and all. When I segregate the two sectors, I would say the policy, the economic policy, it works as an enabler. It helps you as a woman entrepreneur. It helps you get the financial resources that is required to start a startup, to set up a startup. You would require some taxation incentives, that is through policy. When you come to the other segment, which is industry collaboration, it provides the avenues.
Okay.
So what kind of avenues it's required? Basically, you need the networking. You need the kind of innovations that are happening. You need to scale up your product. You need to have knowledge sharing that you can learn from others. So the two play a very important role. It has to go hand in hand, and you have to create an inclusive environment, which can be done through these two combinations.
Okay, amazing. I would continue with that question to Karishma as well, because we are talking about tech. Now, Karishma, how have you seen the CSR in tech sector empowering women? Because can CSR really play a catalytic role in building cyber resilient and inclusive nation? Let's continue from where she left off.
Thanks, Priyanka. So perhaps I'll answer this question in multiple parts.
Okay.
You say tech, and I've been, of course, associated in the tech industry for many years now. What I'm seeing as a shift is there's a lot of focus on inclusivity, right? There's a lot of, internally also we have women in tech groups. We have, specific huddles where everybody comes in. Vartika mentioned about the role of mentorship. That's what generally, at least internal to the organization, a lot of work is being done on upskilling and on mentorship, which is critical. Aside from that, and if we get into specific about, corporate responsibility and CSR, again, one of the fundamentals in even designing a CSR program, I'm sure all of us are practitioners here will know, is again inclusivity, right? And why? Because if you look at the design of any program, it's important it to be contextual. It's important for it to understand the end beneficiary and to lead from there in terms of what interventions need to be planned. It's been really nice to see that in all the programs that we are fortunate to work on, including with we have Kavita from American India Foundation over here. We have you as well that we have partnered with, and several others. There's a lot of thought that goes behind understanding the end beneficiary and bringing those voices so that they're also co-creators in the design of the program. And this is, if I just go beyond women as one diverse group, for any other group, I think this stands true, right, in terms of CSR, in terms of design of the program in itself. Now, the third point, if I have to get specific into what has been my experience with some of the programs which is on, upliftment of and designed for women, great example that comes to my mind is when, one of the projects that was done is Pan India, wherein we had these rural entrepreneurs, right, come in and, they were really the ones leading the show. We need not say anything. They were leading the show. They knew everything. They just needed the resources and and the opportunities to be able to scale the ideas that they already had. So I think that's a key component when we are designing, wherein, we understand that it's the resources that we give, right? Even in cybersecurity, as you know, the projects that Priyanka's institution and us, ZScaler, are also, partners. So we see that women, when they are the crime intervention officers, right? And yesterday only I was in a cyber wellness clinic in Palam Air Force Station, and we heard that, especially women, maybe wives of officers, face a lot of problems with sextortion, cyberbullying. And where do you go, right? These are really, these are aspects that one is not very willing to talk about. And it helps that in the center we have a woman psychologist and a legal person, and one feels safe to go there and talk. So I think I'm not going to take a lot of time. I've given multiple examples, but it's examples that I thought was important to share.
That's amazing, and thank you for bringing in there are certain areas where it is better and it develops better when you have a woman leading it, especially in situations like cyber crimes, and which is targeted towards women sometimes. Chandana, I would jump into you and then come to Dr. Sarju here. So I want to hear from you, if at all there are any real world project examples that you can share where technologists or grassroots innovators have led to breakthrough in sustainable development, and if possible, where a woman has led it.
Yeah, thank you for the question. So there are many case studies, but I would just like to put light on few scenarios. One is mainly like I work on waste, nutrition and health, water related issue. There's one woman-led organization, bioenzyme we call it. So they create enzymes from the waste and they try to naturally clear wastewater issues or air pollution issues, and they look into different scenario. I collaborate with them in most, so I know that we help as a technical partners to show them, but they all are like housewives. I'm very proud to say that they just create natural enzymes, naturally some like from waste, they try to create some liquids and they try to bring that to the world. However, they don't know such a huge impact they are bringing. Like if we know lot of cases of cancers, other issues are rising in India. It was not supposed to be the scenario because India was most sustainable and we had everything which, and I always scold my students when they put some scenarios like middle class mother putting the plastics as in the box or saving the plastic paper, and they tag it like saying that middle class meant. I really scold my students whenever they do that it's sustainability. It's an Indian culture sustainability, which when foreigners say that no, don't use the plastic, whereas our mothers and when I look into villages, we had the like every waste comes in was zero waste. Now people are putting these concepts and making it a huge scenario, whereas I see my grandmother never had a waste which is issue for the society. So in similar way,
I am just loving how you're bringing the edge that women have when it comes to sustainability, and it starts at home, right?
Yes.
And how beautifully you brought it out through the project that you just spoke about. And I will also quickly jump on to Dr. Sarju because we are running out of time here. Dr. Sarju Devi, can you talk about, so she set an example in terms of how from a household, right, a woman can start off in terms of propagating or even encouraging sustainability, right? Now, when I ask this question to you, can this be, taught through the skill development in education, and how would you look into it? Because you're leading a bunch of students, I would say, young minds. How would you put it in reality to these kids now?
All right, spreading awareness is one, and being transparent and honest, setting your own example in the form of storytelling. I learned sustainability from my grandmother, my mother, my aunt, everybody in the household who do not even have a PhD degree, but they know about sustainability more than anybody else. In India, I don't find any kind of literacy required at home how to manage our waste. So in the class, when we talk about sustainability, when we talk about leading the nation, we as facilitators set examples. So being a trainer, training the students, then the professionals, teaching and non-teaching staff at a university, making them aware about how to lead by setting your own example. If I preach that everyone should come on time, but if I don't report to work on time, so it's no point. So setting example is important as a leader to make people understand you, follow you, and implement whatever projects that we have in our hands. So leading, yes, it is quite a task because people do not just follow instructions blindly. Resistance to change is human nature. So most of our faculty colleagues resist, but if I use certain kind of pronoun instead of please come on time, do your work, conduct a session properly. So instead of using such sentences, if I say let's work upon it, let us conduct these sessions together. And I being, like, honesty is the best policy, I would say, even though jamana badal gaya hai, but yes, honesty stands you have to be transparent and honest to lead, then everything is implementable. All the actionable plans can be executed very well. So I resonate with everyone you have mentioned about sustainability and about leading. So I feel that setting a good example and honesty and do your best, the transparency is important to make people understand and accept your ideas. That way, it's much easier. Training students, yes, convincing them is very difficult. Gen Alpha, the most misunderstood. And the older generation, not ready to accept change. So I'm in the middle, trying to balance. So I'm more like acting as a balancer, trying to get inside Gen Alpha and the older generation. So I'm learning in every single session. I'm learning every single day. Thank you.
That's amazing. I would, in fact, quickly wrap up or conclude all the points that you guys have made, and you can let me know if I'm going in tangent. One is where, since the theme is with regard to women bring in a very naive, innovative expertise in certain domain, be it cybercrime or be it sustainability from home, right? They bring in that a different perspective, which is also somewhere also culturally rooted when we see how we kind of create a sustainable workforce at home, right? Be it saving plastic or reusing the waters that are washed for vegetables for planting. Women have that thing in them. So, and the next is in terms of how wholesomely they work, they have this aspect of working, multitasking. And again, no offense to no gender here, I'm just saying that women in fact lead and do a great job when it comes to multitasking, right? It has just been there, woven in our DNA, and we are doing a great job. So we are coming to the end of the session owing to the paucity of time, but I would want to have a quick rapid fire round if you're okay, just to bring in some fun here. And you got to answer just in one word, no sentences here.
Just one word.
Okay, just one word. And Karishma, can I target you first?
I want to be first.
It's okay. So first thought that comes to you when women lead, what changes first, policy or culture?
Culture.
Culture, okay. I'm not going to talk more about that. I would,
Question each?
yeah, each different question. This to Vartika, in fact. Which area benefits most when women lead? Health, education, tech or economy?
I think education, because then it leads to the other sector.
Okay.
You wanted one word, so education.
Okay. Next to you, Chandana, what breaks stereotypes about women in leadership? Action or words? Okay, both. I could see Dr. Sarju Devi giving me a different expression here. Ma'am, I would ask the same question to you. What breaks stereotypes about women in leadership? Action or words?
Action.
That's amazing.
Nobody can, you cannot convince anybody with your words. Prove what you want to say.
That's
by action.
amazing.
Yes.
Okay, in one word, okay. What does women leadership mean to you?
Dignity.
That's amazing. You just gave one bright bang on answer when it comes to women leading or being women in leadership. Thank you so much for having, I am so delightful to have this panel here, but I think due to paucity of time I don't think I can continue this much more, but we were leading to a very fun and interesting session. We can do it off stage. Thank you so much, and over to you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies, for that fabulous session. A huge round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, I request you all to kindly stay on stage, and I invite Ms. Manya, Director and Founder, Global Brands Media, to join me on stage and felicitate our speakers. Dr. Chandana N, Assistant Professor, CETSD, IIT Jodhpur. We also saw the participation of Dr. Sarju Devi, Head Learning and Development, SGT University. Ms. Karishma Bhuyan, Head CSR, ZScaler. Dr. Vartika Singh, Additional Director, ASSOCHAM Foundation of CSR.